Hello, welcome to the part 2 of the print culture and the modern world. We have seen the impact of print on the religion. Religious debates and dissent started. The fear of print that created change in the ideology of the people, circulation of ideas, introduced a new world of debate and discussion. This is Martin Luther King, 1483 1547, the man who led the Protestant movement, the church fathers who forgot, the clergymen who forgot their duties of clergymanship, led a very luxurious life, forgetting their values, and were prone to criticism and were questioned by the people. The movement which separated the followers of Christianity from the Catholic Church protested, demanded for the misuse of authority and the funds of the church. They protested and formed a new church called the Protestant Church, and that came about to be the division of Christianity into the Roman Catholics and the Protestants, the Protestant movement. This is how the print created rebellion in the religious thoughts of the people. Those who were religious have become irreligious because their value faith has been lost because of the misuse of authority. The literature which created this kind of anxiety and widespread criticism through the print media. Louis Sebastian Mercier, a novelist in the 18th century France, he declared that the printing press is the most powerful engine of progress and public opinion. It is the force that will sweep despotism away. So he said, tremble, therefore, tyrants of the world, tremble before the virtual writer. And that virtual writer is the print media. There were almanacs, there were ritual calendars, there were penny chapbooks, there were so many sources of writings that were available to the poor who could not buy this. In France, for example, there were the Belothic Blue, which were low priced small edition books printed of poor quality paper, and that was available to the poor who could read and have their own fascination fulfilled. They could get the romantic stories, they could get the folk tales, they could get substantial account of their histories, their past, their culture, their different interests and purposes and interests were fulfilled. Martin Luther King's contribution has been immense. He wrote 95 theses criticizing many of the practices and rituals of the Roman Catholic Church. This led to the division of Christianity and the beginning of the Reformation movement, a change. Print and religious literature stimulated many distinctive individuals, some of them Menesio, and he reinterpreted the message of Bible and formulated a view of God and creation that enraged the Roman Catholic Church. Such people were executed. They were not spared by the church. The Roman Catholic Church was troubled by such effects. Most of the books were indexed and they were separated as prohibited books, not available for the society for reading. And such an index of prohibited books was introduced in 1558, which is not available to the society to read. The literacy levels have now gone up, and that is to the extent of 60 to 80%. High literacy levels created a new reading public. The booksellers employed peddlers, those who were able to walk and go and sell the books. Print culture and the French Revolution. We know that French Revolution has given the legacy of liberty, equality, fraternity to the rest of the world, and that's why the most important quotation given by the Austrian Chancellor: whenever France sneezes, Europe catches cold. And the impact of French Revolution is seen in the rest of the world. Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Montesquieu, John Locke, all these principles of equality, fraternity, and justice were now enlightening the thinkers. Print created a new culture of dialogue and debate. People were questioning, they were discussing the values, the norms, the principles, the traditions, the values, and were questioning the institutions that were made to reevaluate themselves, assess themselves to what extent they are giving the principle of equality. The image of royalty was questioned, how certain sections of the society are exempted from taxation, and where is the morality. The morality was criticized, the royalty was mocked. Common people became the ones who can question. This cartoon depicts the late 18th century, and here we can see that the nobility and the common people here, common people questioning the nobles. The 19th century saw vast leaps in mass literacy. There were new section of readers, children, women, workers, everyone. This is a page from children's book where images were there, very fascinating, enchanting. There were libraries, lending libraries, which were going, mobile libraries, making books available to the workers, white collar men, artisans, low class people, middle class people. Everyone has access to reading today. This is a front page of magazine for the working class where they can correlate their life with these images. The age of industrialization and the atrocities on the working class. The working class who had to toil hard, and the Russian Revolution, which marked the proletarianism and the rule of the working class one day. All this, the Great Depression, the Industrial Revolution, the war period, everything from the common man to the international relations, everything was written. Books available for the women, only the privileged sections of the high class society, those women had the right to read and get themselves knowledge. The suffragette movement, getting equal rights, right to vote for women and for everyone. We have seen in the French Revolution itself, 1946 only they got the right to vote. Women, workers, and the print, everybody getting acquainted with one another, because today magazines are available at low cost, and there were women writers: Jane Austen, Charles Brunt, the Brunt sisters, George Eliot, Enid Blyton, many such writers who have created the role of women who once upon a time was deprived, not having the rights, no fundamental right of education, no employment, and was discriminated. Today, such women have a new type of role. They are the strength of the family, strength of the society. They are determined today. They have a new personality. They have the power to think and interpret, Today they are the rulers. Furthermore, inventions which spread the print technology and made it very easy to print was driven by a cylindrical press by the mid 19th century. Offset press was developed in the late 19th century. Electrically operated, this has increased the production of paper by leaps and bounds. The paper quality also improved, and now it has increased the circulation. Colors are used, presentation is done in a more catchy way. Periodicals, journals, serialized novels, everything became available to all the people. Early bookstores here, and we can see here people are getting the books to fulfill their desire for learning or reading. The new innovations through Richard M.A.B.Ed of New York. He perfected the power driven cylindrical press by the mid 19th century. It could print 8,000 sheets per hour. It was such a remarkable figure. Offset press was developed in the late 19th century. Now the color technology is introduced. Electrically operated presses came in use from the turn of 20th century. This accelerated the printing process. This is the machine, the cylindrical press, 8,000 sheets per hour. Many other innovations took place during this period, and this had cumulated effect, a complete effect. The appearance of the printed text was very, very catchy. So I hope this concept is clear, and we shall come up with the next topic, the print coming to India, its impact, and how are the contributors of Indian print culture. We shall see in the next part. Thank you so much.